So authorities in New Mexico are now investigating new allegations that multiple young men were allegedly drugged and AR'd at Epstein's ranch. And this is according to a new report. So basically, New Mexico launched a truth commission. If you remember that, it's basically a probe into Epstein's like huge sprawling ranch after really concerning details of what might have happened there came out in that huge file drop in January. And remember, we reported on this. There was a note sent to the FBI that said, quote, "Somewhere in the hills outside the Zorro, 2 foreign girls were buried on orders of Jeffrey and Madam G. Both died by strangulation during rough fetish sex." So this was like a tip that was sent to the FBI. And then in that file, we could also see that the sender had attached video footage that had really disturbing titles like sex with minors, threesomes. And then the last video that was attached in that email was titled "Girl from Bay Area Suicide Attempt Confession Madam G Audio." So like a very concerning email to get as the FBI, but the FBI never looked into it. So obviously when this came out, there was all of this outrage and people were like, we need an investigation into this ranch. So that's what's happening now. And so New Mexico Representative Melanie Stanberry went on 60 Minutes Australia, which is different than the 60 Minutes that Ren and I worked at, to talk about some of the findings. And she said that one alleged victim had been invited to a party at the ranch and described seeing multiple young men AR'd at the ranch in front of him after he was drugged. The reason that New Mexico seems to kind of have been like ignored is because all of these crimes took place on this like very isolated ranch. It's been described as a little village. It has a 3-story mansion, an off-the-grid cabin, a firehouse, an airport hangar, and helipad. So he had this like private, huge town, you know, isolated from the world where these things could kind of occur without people inquiring about them.